Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jason, and I want to show you guys a tent that I have been testing out. I got this and the Cleat Ibex rack over at Spirit of 1876. The James Baroud Odyssey fits perfectly on this rack at mid-height because I have a 6.5 foot bed. If you have a 5.5 foot, which most of you probably do, you will have to go full height with this. That is a really cool thing about this rack, is that with one little piece that goes right there, you can just add it in and make it taller. So this is sort of on the higher end of tents. This is the best made, it is the most aerodynamic, and it has one of the best mattresses. So it is a little bit more expensive, but it is one of the easiest tents to open up. All I have to do is pull this little clip here, another one on the other side, and it will just pop straight up, and I'll be able to jump in. So as you can see here, there are little spots to put your ladder on this side. I have a tailgate over here, so on my truck, I don't really have to get in this way. So I really like the ability to not have to bring the ladder with me, but just note that there is a ladder that can go on this side or on the other side. I'm just not going to be using that. Probably one of the fastest opening tents that I've ever owned, especially on this mid-height rack, because I don't have to hop on a ladder. So all you're gonna do is hit that one right there. Then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just pull that down like that. So once those are popped open, it is gonna want to open up on its own, but you can just push it and it'll just pop right open. Just give it a little bit of a push and the struts will go ahead and open on their own. So you can kind of see here, that is the little cleat. It's gonna keep it from popping all the way open. But all you're gonna do is get it out of that cleat and it'll go straight up. So basically all we're gonna do is just pull it and it will come right out of that little thing there. So it just pops straight up. At that point, you can add a ladder and get in this way. But since I have a truck here, I'll just stand on the tailgate and I can pop right in here with these zippers and hop right in. Super easy. All right, so once you've got the tent open, the last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna grip right here in this little elbow. And then you'll see on this side, this little piece right here, literally all you're gonna do is go like that. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better. What we're essentially doing is just pushing that part down, and now it's locked in place. Then when you want to put the tent down, you're just gonna push this forward. You're gonna have the same thing on this side. Just clamp that down, and you're locked in place. So you're gonna do that here, here, and then on each of these back here. So at this point, I'm inside, and all I had to do was hop in through the back down there. I gotta admit, this is by far the easiest tent I've ever set up, and so far it is the most cozy. This mattress is crazy comfortable. I really do like the interior here, and yeah, this is definitely a premium tent. You can tell by the feel, you can tell by the look. It's definitely a premium tent with a decently premium price. All right, so this is the inside here. I've only undone this little part and the one behind me, but pretty much all of that, this right here, this whole side right here, all of that one right there, and all the way back will all completely open up. I'll show you what that looks like here soon. However, it's very windy out right now, and you may not be able to hear me if I did that. So up top here, we have a little basket that you can put just little trinkets and stuff before you go to bed. If you have to take off a layer, then you can pop it up there. Or essentially you could keep some light bedding up there. Now this seems like a very minor thing, but I really do like the design of this. They have a Velcro on the top. So this can essentially go anywhere along the top here. It looks like it goes the entirety of the way around, so you could put these anywhere. Now, in a perfect scenario where everything's level, I would just sleep this way, my head on this side, and then my feet facing this way. I've just always liked that because wherever the entrance is, the back side, typically I like my feet facing that way, just my personal preference. But if let's say I'm level, my front end's like this, obviously I'm gonna put my head this way. That is another really cool thing about the tent opening straight up rather than being a wedge. You know, I've had wedge tents before where I'll sleep with my head at this end on the small end. And when I do that, you know, you don't have a lot of head space. Since this one opens the same this way as it does on this side, then you basically get the option of sleeping however you like. It does actually have a fan on it. I've not really had another tent that has that, but basically they have this little cutout right here. You would just put your fingers in here. Hard to see from here, but you press that little button and then move, and the fan will start venting. I've had it in here with these windows, you know, just one window slightly cracked, and it definitely does a lot of ventilation. So also over here we have the included light. So this light just sits in this little part right here. I've not used this that much. I'm usually fine in here, but you've also got this, which is really nice to have up here because this is more what I would use it for, to light up this space. I also do really like how easy this is to open either from the inside or the outside, or close from the inside and outside. You've got on this side, you can reach through, and on the other side, you have that as well. Just zip this down. Same on this side. And then down here, they've made this little Velcro part kind of go over. I don't know if you can tell that, but it just folds over. And that way you can reach in there with your fingers and just close it up like that. And seal it up real tight from inside or the outside of the tent. Essentially, we've got this whole section right here, this entrance, the one behind me, the back entrance, that corner over there, as well as that corner right there open. So you've got completely 360 views. So this campsite here isn't the most scenic, but if you pull up to a really scenic campsite, you've got completely 360 views that really are only obstructed by, you know, these little pillars right here in between, just a little bit of a gap. You can see completely all around. Probably the coolest feature about the James Baroud tent. It's definitely between that and the aerodynamics. Like I said, this is a premium kind of top of the line tent. Best aerodynamics, best views all around, best made. But like I said before, my only real caveat about this is the premium tent does come with somewhat of a premium price. This mattress is very, very comfortable. When it comes to mattresses that come with a tent, this is the most comfortable one I've had by a ton. I can actually side sleep on this one. It is pretty decently thick here. I want to say maybe 3 inches or so. Yeah, it's super comfortable. Like I said, I can side sleep with this thing and sleep comfortably. It is really nice. All right, so on this side, I can sit straight up and I still have space up here. Now, because of the aerodynamics, there is a lot more space in the middle. So I've got plenty of space here, and even back here, I'm perfectly fine. I just have a little bit more space right here in the middle. But the aerodynamics of the outside do make this roof very cool because you actually do get more space in the middle than you would on a traditional tent. A lot more space right here in the center, and the sides are about what you would expect from really any other tent. So without even closing the back one, we've closed everything up in here. This material here is blackout fabric. It is pitch black in here when I shut all of this off. So the fabric in here is, like I said, blackout, but it is also sound resistant. And I love that if I wanted to, I could close, you know, this one and this one and have it completely blackout in here, And then if I wanted some ventilation when I'm directly in the sun, I just cut on the vent up here, and then here in the corners, I'll get some airflow. So as I said before, these side doors are really great. I think that most of you guys, if you do get this tent, will probably be coming off this side and attaching the ladder in here. I didn't even bring the ladder with me because I don't use it, but it will fit in here when you're driving. Another really cool feature is this little overhang here. I really do like that. It's really nice. So you could have it cracked a little bit. You're gonna pull on this right here, and then there's this cleat on the front, or this little part on the front that you're gonna get that in there. So this is the part that I always have a hard time filming. Not hard to do, but it's hard to do and not get in the way of the shot. So yeah, you can kind of see it there. I guess the last time it just was a little difficult, but once this is lined up, then all you're gonna do is push the back down. Just make sure everything's within the thing there, which it is, and then we'll just go ahead and shut it. It actually has 4 places where you can mount this to your roof, so that is really interesting. I don't know that I've seen that before on any tents that I've owned. So one of my favorite features about this that I actually still have yet to use is the fact that this system right here and this on this side, you can actually put crossbars across, 2 up front and 2 in the rear here. So you could have extra storage on top. This is especially cool if you have, like, let's say a Forerunner or something like that, and this takes up your entire roof. So you could still have crossbars across and put skis up top or a bike or something like that. You do get some really cool sleek lines in here that I'm not really taking full advantage of, because if I had a full height rack instead of the mid height rack, then I would really be taking advantage of the full aerodynamics of this. Sleek aerodynamics that are gonna make this way better on gas mileage. I think it is the best tent that I have had. Unless you have like a family of 4, I definitely wouldn't recommend this for that. But if it's just you and another person, this tent is perfect. This is not some Chinese, mass-produced, factory-produced thing, where some other tents certainly do the job, but if you're in the market for a premium tent, this is the one I would go with, especially if you want great views, great aerodynamics, good miles per gallon, your own fan, great ventilation there, and just an all-around well-made tent. This is probably the one for you. I really don't even know what other tents to compare this to. The James Baroud is really in a league of its own. I can't really think of a great comparison that even comes close to this.